Oh, are you guys here? You're waiting on me? Okay. Let's get this beautiful experience started then. Welcome to my YouTube channel, my wonderful, amazing, beautiful subscribers. It's really such an honor to be on this beautiful journey with you all. Okay. I was in the shower and I was trying to come up with, you know how sometimes you're in the shower, right? And you have these great ideas and rushing through your mind, especially if you take on a new project, right? And you have all these great ideas running through your mind. It's such a beautiful moment. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of experience when it comes to something like that, where I'm in the shower and I'm getting all these great ideas and all that. So I had one of those moments where I was trying to come up with a name for you wonderful subscribers, right? So I put a lot together. I said, okay, they believe in self-love. They're curious about self-love. So, hey, why not call them self-lovers? So all my subscribers, henceforth, you're all going to be known as self-lovers because you believe in self-love and because it had piqued your interest and hence you being here with me. So welcome to this beautiful space, my wonderful self-lovers. You will ask, why did you take on this topic, self-love or self-care? Let me get vulnerable with you guys real good. Growing up, I've always relied on my self-care or my self-love, especially self-love practices. And over the years, I have noticed how it has actually impacted me in tremendous ways, in ways that even sometimes when I'm faced with a challenge or a struggle, I'm able to maneuver through it without losing my cool because I've tended to my self-care needs emotionally, psychologically, and all that. And I've come to notice how potent it is. And because it's so good, I decided to do this, create this space to also encourage people that are on the same journey as self-love or self-care, or the people who don't even know what that is or haven't even tapped into their self-love or self-care needs yet or so. Hence me deciding to do that. I've realized that, you know, taking my self-care practices very seriously and being committed and consistent with them, it has kind of empowered me in such a tremendous ways. And I see it to be like my power, my soul power, basically. And I feel like the more I tend to it, the more powerful I become. So if you're in this space with me, then we're here to really level up on our self-care needs or our self-care, our self-love practices. The more you are good with yourself, the more you're good with basically everything that you do. Let me, there's this, I don't know if it's a theory or analogy, but those of us that fly, if you get on the airplane, remember the first safety tip that the attendants tell us is to you put your safety equipment on first before you tend to somebody else. Even your own child, you still have to put your own safety stuff on first. That is such a strong notion that if you hold on to, and it's like it trickles down in everything that you do, basically. Do you want to be a great husband? Do you want to be a great wife? Do you want to be a great employee? Do you want to be a great boss? Do you want to be a great neighbor? Do you want to be an outstanding parent? Do you want to be a great friend? Do you want to be an awesome family member? Then tend to your self-care needs. Focus on yourself. Take care of yourself. Because the more you are good with you, the better you are good with all those areas, as being a great wife, a great girlfriend, a great husband, a great co-worker, a great employee, a great boss, a great neighbor. I mean, everything else. So in a nutshell, right? If your self-care practices or if your self-love is deep and healthy, so is everything around you. Like it is that seamless. But it has become something that is so challenging because we think that we have to really give ourselves to everybody. Especially with this notion about getting on the flight, what your instinct would tell you, especially as a mother, if your child is sitting next to you, your instincts would just be to first tend to the child. But what if you tend to the child? How can you tend to the child if you're not properly taken care of? Let's say your seatbelt is not properly buckled in. How can you fix your child's seatbelt? So if we use this notion and we're consistent with it and we're committed with it, I'm telling you, over time, life becomes very, very fulfilling, even with the struggles and the challenges that come in it. So if you're here, I appreciate your curiosity out of everything else. I've always believed that curiosity, if you're curious, it means you're full of life. You want life to happen, because when you're curious, that's where you take risk. That's where you get out of your comfort zone. That's where you're seeking more, or you take action, basically. So if you're not curious, you're quite stagnant. So for you to be curious, to be here, and the best part is there were no videos here, and that was something I intentionally did because I wanted to grab the real authentic followers or subscribers here, to people that really are on board with this, people that really wanna know more as far as self-love or self-care is concerned. And I really appreciate you. So it really doesn't matter if it's 1,000 subscribers or if it's just 5 subscribers. It really didn't matter to me. I was just looking for really solid people to really be on this journey, because this is a very, very serious thing for me as far as self-love and self-care is concerned. And for you to be here, it means it's very serious for you as well too. My first subscriber, you know yourself. I really, really appreciate you, and thank you so much. And I love you very, very much. Thanks a lot. So this space is going to be a space where you will see it as a reminder to tend to your self-love or to tend to your self-care needs. I will be this gentle, beautiful reminder that comes in and gives you ideas and suggestions and tips as to how to tend to your self-care or self-love practices. And I would do it with such ease and such grace and such style. It wouldn't be too overwhelming for you where you tend to give up, because that happens to me, where sometimes when something is too overwhelming, I tend to quit completely. This is not what this space is going to be. If it's just one suggestion, I would just give it, hey, to tend to your emotional needs or emotional care, follow this person on IG or follow this person on Facebook or so, and they will help you to elevate your emotional needs or emotional care. That's how it's going to be, and that's it. And what I've also planned is we're going to be doing it in, what I plan on doing is I'm going to be doing it in a weekly fashion, where every Wednesday I will post something on here for you guys. And it's going to be in episodes. So I'll have episode 1, episode 2, tend to your self-care practices, episode 4, and it's going to be emotional self-care, psychological self-care, mental self-care, relationship-wise, parenting, career-wise, everything that we do as humans, everything that we're involved in as humans. Look at me as this person that will bring you these tips and these ideas that will help you to, continue on that journey, or even tap into it, for that matter. So yeah, Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, what I'll do is I'll dedicate a bonus video solely for women, and I will call it Femme Fridays, where I will just be giving ideas and suggestions and tips as to how to tap into our feminine energy or our femininity more. Some don't even know what that is. These days, that's the new wave or the new slang now. But I always felt like it's always been there as women. It's just that the society and life has actually, conditioned us into something else. And it's making us, we are venturing away from our natural state as women. So Femme Friday is going to be one of those days that I'll be bringing you, hey, to tap into your feminine side or your soft side or your nurturing side more. Why don't you try this, or why don't you try that? So that's what's going to be on Femme Fridays. I'm looking forward to that, ladies. It's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. I promise you. And also, I will have fragrance. I love fragrance. If you follow me on Facebook, you will know that I do videos, little videos, and I post it on my Facebook stories or even on my Facebook feed, talking about fragrances and how to make your fragrance last and how to, have your own signature scent. I'll be having bonus videos about that as well. I love fragrances. I feel like it's innate. Like, I just love fragrance. I love to smell good. I love fragrance. So I'm really going to bring this passion of mine in here as well too. And it's going to be bonus video. So we don't necessarily have to wait for Wednesday for me to post any video about fragrances. When I post it on there, I will nudge you gently to go check it out. So without much ado, I think I've covered everything. Oh, my name. My name is Mercedes. And I'm from Ghana. I was born and raised in Ghana, Accra. I am Fanti in Ghana. Yes, I speak Fanti like super fluently. Ghana, I'm also very, very good, but it's becoming rusty. I need to polish up on that. And I live here in the United States. Yes, I've been here forever. And I live in Maryland, and I work in Washington, D.C. I work with children and parents and families. Military setting, basically. I'm a civilian that work in the military setting. But so that means that whatever education or experience that I have acquired working with children and families, hey, I'll bring you tips about that as well too. I have some really solid things that I have learned over the years. So yes, brace yourself for that. Very solid things, especially when it comes to parenting. I have great tips on that. So look forward to that. And so that's me. And chic is a word that I associate myself with so much. I think it's a French word, if I'm not mistaken. It means sophisticated, elegant. And I've always associated myself with that word. I'm sophisticated, I'm elegant, I am vibrant, I'm quite very youthful, I'm radiant, I'm simple. So I've always associated myself with that word. So hence Chic M. And M, of course, is for Mercedes or Mami Esi. Mami Esi is my Ghanaian name, meaning I was born on a Sunday. So you could call me that. Most of my close family and friends, they call me Mami. But honestly, I love my name, Mercedes. So call me Mercedes. All right. So that's how I came by that name, Chic M. Just want to leave it that simple, that easy, so we all can relate to that. All right. So that should be it for now. I'll be bringing you the first episode as far as tending to our emotional self care. See, usually I wouldn't say, but because you've been sitting here and holding on, and the anticipation has been so wild, I will just let you know what's going to come the next episode, which is this coming Wednesday. I'm going to be sharing a few tips as to how to tend to your emotional needs or emotional care. During the COVID 2020, it was such a chaotic time for me mentally. It was just frightening. There's this pandemic. You don't know what you're going to wake up to. You don't know what kind of news you're going to see. And what I did was I did something called like a digital detox or digital cleansing, where I cleansed a whole lot in terms of the people that I follow, because I was following some people that were constantly posting news. It was just a lot. The toxicity was just too much. And then what I did was I started following some really solid people, even psychologists and therapists. I followed them on IG, and it did me a lot of good mentally, like solid good. There's this psychologist I've been following since then, holistic psychologist. She's amazing. She's on Instagram. And look at it this way. You're getting free therapy. That's how I saw it. Like it was just free. The tips and the ideas and the threads they share is so powerful. So imagine we live in this world, right, where we are solely spending most of our time on social media. So imagine if you're spending most of your time consuming toxic stuff, feeding your head, your mental space, your psychology, you feeding all of that with that toxic stuff. You can imagine the toll it would take on you. And then if you're also consuming healthy, beautiful things, you can also imagine the toll it would take on you. So this is why this space is self-love and self-care. We are very intentional as to the things that we allow in our space and everything else, because we are on this journey of making ourselves better. So we are quite intentional, quite consistent, and quite deliberate when it comes to nurturing our self-care and our self-needs, even if it includes of unfollowing or following certain people on social media, because this is the world we live in. We live in a social media world, so we have to make the most or the best out of it for our self-love and our self-care needs. Okay, so that should be it. Wednesday, I'll bring you the first episode, so we can call that like pilot, right? And I really appreciate you all here, self-lovers. This is such a beautiful space. I'm looking forward to us having such a beautiful, beautiful experience. I promise you, you will not regret this. And the longer you stay here and we interact and we engage and we share and we keep and we exchange, you look back and I promise you, you will say you're a better person this time because you followed Chic M. All right, so thanks a lot, self-lovers. And remember, your self-care, your self-love is your ultimate power. So the more you tend to it, the more powerful you're going to become. Ciao.